Greetings! Today I am installing multiple LED light upgrades for the Mini F56 John Cooper Works. Alright then, these are the bulbs that we are playing with today, all from Autobeam, all from the Performance range with the cool red housings. So we are doing 2 upgrades on the interior of the car and 2 upgrades on the exterior. So what we have then is we have these, which are LED 382 units, and we have 2 of those, and these are for the reversing lights. Then we have these little ones, which as you can hopefully see are orange coloured. These are LED 501A lights for the side indicator units. Then we have these, and these 2 bulbs are the same, but they are for 2 different purposes. You can see that this one is in this holder, whereas this one is not. Now, these are both LED 501 units, and they are both for the interior. This one, which is loose, is going to go into an existing holder, and that is for the boot. And this one is going to replace the entire unit that we find in the glove box. So all in all, this is going to be a great set of upgrades, so let's get started. Starting then with the side indicator unit, what we need to do is we need to get our trim tool and we need to carefully get it in around the middle here in order to press on a clip that's just behind here, and then we should be able to pop this whole unit out. So you can kind of see that metal clip that I was trying to push there. It is, because it's metal, it's quite well on there. So now we see this is where we actually have our bulb connected to, and it's got this little like prong thing. So what we need to do is we kind of need to pull that up a bit and then rotate this around that nubby bit. And once it is rotated, it should just pop out like so. And then to remove the bulb, we simply just grip it and carefully remove. Now we grab one of our Autobeam units and we simply line that up and push it in. Nice. Now before I put that back into the housing, I will just check that it's working. Nice. Okay, now that we've confirmed that that is working, we can get it back into our nice housing. So like before, we want to have this in, getting this little tab coming sort of straight at you, and now we want to rotate it up and over this little ridged area, and once we get it over that ridged area, we are in place. So now you can see that there's a couple of little like static, like sort of locator plastic bits. So what we want to do is we want to get those lined up with the metal first, and then we just want to push that over and that should go in. So once you're happy, and that's it. Okay, around the other side, and it's the exact same process. So just carefully scooching our trim tool in there, pushing down on that metal bit. So that is this out. Exactly the same process as before. We have this ridged area. You don't necessarily even have to pry up on this, it just kind of helps. You know, if you just give it a little bit of encouragement, it should pop over that. There we go. And then a little gentle wiggle and that comes out. And then another gentle wiggle to get our bulb out. And same as before, lining up our new LED unit, getting that nicely in there. And we will just do a quick check. Looking good. Okay then, now we have confirmed working. We just carefully slot this into our housing, get it down sort of south of our ridge here. There we are. And then rotate up over the ridge. And that is us in place. So then, once again, our 2 little static plastic tabs, we get those on the bottom, up over the edge, line everything up nicely, and once we're ready and happy with the positioning, we just give it a good push. And that is the installation of the side indicators. Alright, next up then we will move on to the reversing lights, which as you can see I have the boot open, and that is because we access them from this little door. So we literally just pop that open like so. Once we open that door, we can see that big sort of black plastic unit. That is our rear light. So if I get a light in here, hopefully you can see that little tab. That is what is holding the bulb for the reversing light in there. And so what we have to do is we need to get our hand on on that and we need to rotate that counterclockwise, then that will loosen it and we can just simply but carefully remove it backwards and get the bulb out. So if I just reach in here past, it's obviously quite difficult to show you, but there we go. What we do with our old bulb then is we push it down, twist it anti-clockwise, and it just pops out. And you can see that there are two little prongs either side of the bulb, which of course our new Autobeam units also have. So then if we look at the holder here, so we just get those little prongs, line them up in the holder with the cutaways, and then we push down and then rotate clockwise, and that is it now installed into the holder. So now all we gotta do is carefully get that back into the light housing, then we line up the tabs, and then once the tabs are lined up, we simply just rotate clockwise and that locks into place. Once it locks into place, you get a nice reassuring click, and that's how you know it is done. So then reinstalling this, we just line up these two tabs with these two cutaways first. So get them in there, and then we just apply a bit of pressure and that pops into place. Over on the other side then, we will just repeat the exact same process. So now I will fire the car up and put it in reverse and make sure that those are working. There we go, working nice. Next up then is our boot light. So we have this right here, very simply, just pop that out of there using a trim tool. And then we can disconnect the wiring harness, like so. The housing that we just removed then, we need to get this top metal plate off. Now it will slide out this direction here, but what we need to do is first release a couple of tabs at the sides. So we need to essentially just carefully pry up on that and then push downward. And then we need to do that on the other side as well. So that's clicked down, and then we just carefully lift that up and off. And now you can see we have access to our bulb. So what I'm going to use is I'm going to use a plastic trim tool just to carefully and gently push it out. Okay, and then there we go. Okay, installation then of our Autobeam unit. Just carefully get it into position and push it until it pops in. So now we can get the top of our housing back on in the exact same way that we took it off. So we will get it down, get it in there, just make sure that all of our little tabs go into place, and then slide it this direction and it clicks. Very nice. So yeah, now we can go and get this into the car. Alright, back in the car then, very simply, this connector can only go in one way, so we just get that in, and as you can see, it immediately illuminates and it is much brighter and awesome looking. So then we just slide this in, push it, clicks into place, and that's it, done. Inside the car then, in the glove box, this is our light here, which is kind of dim, not very bright, it's very yellowy orange as well. Very simply, once again, we just have to wiggle our trim tool in at the sides, and this pops right off. There we go. And then very similar to in the boot, we just need to disconnect the cable and we get this entire unit out. Side by side then, you can see that this is an entire unit fully enclosed, and then you've got this one, which I have got the Autobeam 501 unit inside this holder, which actually came from a Ford, but it seems like it's a pretty universal sort of design. If I get them round the right way, you can see they are literally the same, so it's a pretty universal thing. So yeah, I mean, we could probably twist this. Yeah, we could just replace the bulb in that, but then it's got this very sort of white looking diffuser, which is going to be sort of having a negative effect, not being as clear as this. This is a diffuser, of course, but it's also more clear. You can actually see the bulb in there, so we're going to get a lot more light output, which is what we want. So yeah, let's get this into the glove box. It's very simple. We just plug it in and click it into place. Here we go then, and once again, these little connectors, they can only go in one way. So we just line it up, hey, get it in, then simple, easy. Well, there we go, that is the installation finished of the Autobeam upgrades on the John Cooper Works, and I think they look great. Installation was quick, easy, and I think they're very, very effective. If you want to go and grab some Autobeam upgrades for yourself from the Autobeam website, you can get 12% discount if you use code ADAM12. I will flash that up, and also I will put that in the description box down below. So I hope you like that, I hope you like our upgrades today on the Mini, and I hope you like this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please do like, share, and subscribe for more content to come very, very soon. Thank you once again. Goodbye.